Okay, hello everyone. So I'm going to do a clash detection report. So using Navisworks. So we've modeled this in Revit, we've exported into Navisworks, and we need to check for clashes between the M and E. So we want to make sure that in no place are brackets or containment hitting off ductwork or ductwork hitting off anything else, which includes as well our light fittings, which are circular light fittings this time because I just download them really quick, just for purposes of the video. Right, so clash detection in Navisworks Manage. You'll need Manage for this now, not Freedom. So you need a paid version. Just go to the Home tab, then across here to Clash Detective, about halfway across. When you go to Clash Detect, you can just do Add Test. So give it a name. So this time we're just going to call it Test 2. Select what you want to clash test. So I'm going to federate a model against my model I have in here. Run the test, and we've one clash. Okay, so we've one clash showing. So we have to solve this clash, figure out where it is and how to solve it. So what we have to do to get that going. Right, so if we just X on the clash detect, we can get, I just actually wondered where this is anyway in the model. But if I just close that out, I'll see everything come back in. I'll just zoom up and look down. Oh, okay. So this is actually right at the side. Okay. So this is something that we didn't notice. Well, I missed because this pipe comes up. So that duct does. So really to solve this clash, we just have to increase the space between here and here and just tighten up there, and we should miss it. So it's a relatively easy clash to solve because we just have to pull this across. Okay, well let's solve that one anyway. So for this clash, we are here, and there's a pipe coming up just the far side of that. So let's just close this for a second and we will see. So in here, which is actually hard to see, this pipe here is coming up and it's clashing with the side of our tray. So if we just open that in 3D, clicking on it and using the section box, and let's just see here what's going on. So as you can see, this pipe is clashing with that. So we have to solve this. Okay, and the easiest way is just shifting this across to the left. Now we could just grab it and tab, but that is not a nice way of doing things, because if you tab like that, you'll actually pull the whole line. So this goes up. It's easier showing Navisworks. This actually goes, if I was to tab that across, this actually goes up and down. So by tabbing across, I've got a limited amount of space between this board and this tray. So what I could do is do that and show you. So we can actually, it's only slightly clashing. So a tab across here would actually solve that. So let's be really, really brutal here and tab across. But now, you see, it's actually not moving our entire run. But it's going to clash with that. So to be honest, the tabbing option is not neat. So I'm going to just Control Z. It's not really a nice way of doing things. Right, okay. Because when you're tabbing, you don't really know what else you're doing. Okay, so what we want to do is figure out some way to get around that clash. It's actually going to be rather difficult because we drop down here. So we might have to change something. We might have to drop down earlier. Or we might just have to tab across, like if we move it across rather than tab, if we figure out, let me see, if we go DL maybe, and we just draw a detail line and see how much space we have. Oh, sorry, that wasn't DL, that was a line. Did I? Maybe I typed it. So if I draw a detail line, I just align that to the board. So to here this. Then I'm going to measure between here and here. Or we have dims off. Of course we do. So VV, tap to the next one and turn on dims. And just check this. We have exactly 50 mil. Now we can move that board because we have a lot more than 50 mil, and we could have just measured from the side of the board now that I turned on dims, but from here we have 552, so we could technically move that board across and pull this across if we just check Navis, see how much space we have actually when we come out of our riser for this one. So there is quite a bit of space. So we could actually pull everything across. And now we know we can tap that across because there's nothing in the way. It's only going up. So it can go up anywhere once it's not going to clash, and there's nothing here. So that's fine. And if I was to turn back on our architect model, unhide, you'll see obviously we need to put our ropes in, but we don't. So our door is there, our cable trays are here, our board is there. Where they come out onto the floor is obviously here. So they come out onto the floor there. Then we just have a pipe in. Really, the vent is in the wrong spot because it's not even connected. So it's just floating there. But we're still going to avoid it because it's still coming up as a clash, and I don't want to do the easy thing, just go into the model, delete it. I want to pretend that that's a real clash and solve it. So we don't need the architect model on for that because you can't see everything. It's harder to navigate when it's on. We're only looking at an M&E clash here. We know what it is. We know where it is. And we know, because we've looked at that in Navisworks, that we can actually just move everything across to avoid it. So if we move everything across, now if I measure here and here, you actually have an option of shortest distance. You know that? So if you have here, review, and you see this shortest distance, it tells you the shortest distance is, so it's 42 mil. Okay, that's the shortest distance. Right. So we go back to Navisworks. We go to our model here. We draw a big box just around this one. We have our board, and we can just shift that. Maybe we won't get it. Right, let's have a look. I'm just going to call this one latest 2. So when we go to Navisworks and we are going to append in, we're going to append latest 2. We're going to hide latest 1. We're going to run our appearance profiler. And we're going to check, which I think we still will be clashing. Yes, we are. Now, could we have went more? We could have went significantly more. So that in Navis, when you're in Revit, that is not a good reflection to the size of it, because when you are here, we could actually probably detail line, in here. Something like this. Measure this to this, and we've got 66 mil. So if we make that 20 mil, we can then delete our detail line. We can line this up. Okay, well, we line that up in a section. So we'll line that up. Where's our section? Here it is here. Grab it and pull it down to here. And we line that up in the section itself. So we'll have the detail line here. So DL, detail line. We're just going to draw to the edge. And then we go here. So to this, to this, and delete the detail line. Okay. So now if we open up this in 3D, so little section box, see what's going on. We are avoiding that. Are we looking here? We are avoiding that. So that's our clash is gone. So now we will go back. Don't worry about saving. We will do an export here. And we will call this one latest tree. Go back to Navisworks. We will hide latest 2, hide this one, and append in latest tree. Open. We will run our appearance profiler, and we will just check. So we're going to go to our clash report now, have a little look, and see that it's solved. I'm sorry this took so long, but this is the kind of checking that you have to do in clashes. It's just a quick way to see how you're going to solve difficult clashes and not be just rootless by tabbing across. So now if I go to Clash Detective, I'm just going to click on Clash 2,